Thank you for the super chats. There's Tamar Braxton. Okay, bye, staff. How are you, Tamar? Tamar, I promise you I'm gonna get you a booster for your Wi-Fi. I promise you.
Hi, is my internet hey now my
Your in your
frozen.
inter your internet is giving me what a
I
sonogram looks
have
like
a
by the girls who sleep with
booster. I
Tristan
have
Thompson.
I don't know yo, what's going on with the internet? Hold on one
No
second.
problem. You know how people be showing you pictures of you know how people be showing you you know how people be showing you Johnny, get the second box. You know how people be showing you pictures of the sonogram talking about my baby cute, but the baby look like what Tamar's box just looked like? It looked like what your it looked like what you would look like out of a rainy windshield. You know how when the water run all down the windshield and we can't really see you? Yeah, like girl, we don't know what your kid. Bring Tamar in. Can we bring her in now? Thank you, Bell Twins. Oh, don't do that. Natalie Nunn's Wi-Fi is the worst. Don't no Tamar's ain't that bad. Johnny, pull her in the studio. I can't see her. Kelvin, you're not in church. Put your finger down. You know how when you in the black church and you walking around? There we go. Okay. It's the Wi-Fi. Tamar, can you see us? If you're okay, blink. Tamar, you about as stiff as okay. We see you now. We see some movement.
I can't. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. It's starting to move a little bit. It's starting a little bit. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna talk
Oh,
and
because
keep on praying that.
I don't.
Yeah, it's literally frozen. I wonder if we can do StreamYard. Can we do StreamYard directly? Okay, text me the link to text her for StreamYard. Let's do that and we'll change it so that way we see. Okay, so I'm gonna talk real quick. Let me show you guys really quick this new show that me and Tamar have. Here, text her that we're going to send her a new link and it'll just be us on StreamYard. Okay, so look, we have this new show over on Bigo called Bigo Unlocked. It's every Monday. It's me, Tamar, Mother, and Supa. Mother and Supa are two big creators on the app. It's called Bigo Unlocked. It's a live conversation about the trending topics. It gets really fucking messy. I'm going to show you a clip really quick because we're going to talk about it when we come back. Let's do a clip. Do we have the clip from last week's show?
I try to keep it. I try to keep it cute and ask you about have you been doing good? Yeah, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to see that you not doing crack no more, bitch.
I never did crack, baby.
Yes, the fuck you did. You snorted up your motherfucking nose. You was the motherfucking crackhead, bitch. You was doing crack cocaine.
Wait.
Bitch, you was the
Wait. Now I'm the good guy over there. That was a crack connection that I wasn't aware of. The guy that he was confronting is a porn star that I know named Cash Gennaro who had fell on hard times. I didn't know he had some type of addiction that he was working through. We were trying to get to him and mentor, but the fallout happened. He accused him of using crack. It'd be so many people over there watching that show. The show is a hit already. It's our second week on Bigo and doing this show, and there's thousands and thousands of people that pull up. It's interactive. The fans come up. So you guys definitely have to check it out. I sent a new link to Tamar because we're going to do a different thing called it's just StreamYard where she comes in and it's not like the whole beautiful set. So make sure you're sharing the live because she'll be there. But she'll be here. But, you know, Tamar is a part of that show. And I've always wanted to work with Tamar in some capacity. I still want to work with Tamar because we all know that she's a great talk show host and she's a big personality. But she, you know, people over there are trying to protect her because they think that it's too messy for her. But Tamar can hold her own. Is she ready to go? She's here. Okay, well, shit, bring her on the show. Where's she at? Let's go. There she is.
Better? Hi.
Oh my God. Yes, this is so much better. Hold on, let me do this.
Thanks.
Let me see if this
Can
is
you
better.
guys see
Boom.
me?
Now we
Can you
see
turn the
Tamar.
light on in here, Elijah?
You look great. You are so well lit.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
yeah. The light is good. All right,
Like I
so
can't
look,
wait.
I was just telling everybody about our show. Let's put the flyer back up. Bigo Unlocked, which me and Tamar are doing over on Bigo. Tamar, do you regret doing this yet?
No, it's one of the funnest thing I've ever signed up to do. I absolutely love it. I look forward to it. It's hilarical. I get my life every Monday night. You know, I get to be opinionated. I get to be myself. I get to listen to mess and not be a part of it. It's the greatest. It's like the greatest invention ever. Like Jason Lee is at it again. He did it.
Wait, watch this. Okay, so look, I'm gonna re-show you guys this clip that I showed you while she was getting in the room. Watch Tamar the entire time. Okay, just watch her face. Go ahead, play it.
I try to keep it. I try to keep it cute and ask you about have you been doing good? Yeah, But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to see that you not doing crack no more, bitch.
I've never did crack, baby.
Yes, the fuck you did. You snorted up your motherfucking nose. You was the motherfucking crackhead, bitch. You was doing crack cocaine.
Wait,
bitch. You was the
wait. So Tamar has now inspired the rest of the hosts to get their own pillow made with their own faces because Tamar hides behind her pillows when she just can't take it anymore. But I love the fact that I somehow have now become the good cop. You are literally the voice of reason. And Mother is just out of control.
Yeah, I feel like we all really do fill our roles pretty well, like you're the greatest like moderator ever. Mother is always down to read. Super is kind of like he's a reader, but he's also logical. And I am just the petty listener who's just there to be there and give her 2 cents and hop out when it gets too hot, but still be a part of it.
No, for sure. And but this is my thing. Why do people forget who you are? And I think people have forgotten on Beagle who you are because there's this whole protect Tamar from this show campaign.
Well, here's the thing.
Great to have.
Are we stuck? Yeah, we stuck.
No, we hear you. You're moving. We hear
Okay.
you. You're good.
Okay. Well, listen. So, since I've been under construction, everybody know, like, I'm not, as petty as I used to be. But I think they have forgotten that I still enjoy it. Everybody enjoys, listening to T just because you don't want to be a part of the mess. You know, Sometimes I enjoy listening to it. And so people are like, oh my God, she's changed so much. She doesn't want to be a part of the mess. It's so much mess. But I know how to kind of, involve myself without being involved in it.
But I also feel like your role is more of like the guardrails, the voice of reason. You're not like on the private chats. You really don't have time for the mess, and you're not trying to be a part of manifesting more mess. It's just that you just happen to be on a panel with a lot of mess.
Listen, I'm all here for entertainment and I am thoroughly entertained. I am like, my whole cup is full on Monday evening after we finish this show on Bigo. It's amazing. It's like one of the best things ever. I promise you. I look forward to it every Monday. Like I call you, like we still on, we still doing it. I'm so excited for
No
it.
facts.
It's so good. It's so good.
And I'm laying over in Colombia, peeking at my phone, praying that I don't get a text from Tamar saying, I really appreciated you thinking of me, but I'm out. I can't deal with y'all no more. And it hasn't come yet, so I'm glad that we're still rolling. Last night we had a good show. We had a trans girl, 19-year-old trans girl, who's the daughter of Angela Stanton, pull up on the show. Her name is JB's, and she came to talk about her experience with her mother on Dr. Phil. This is the conversation.
At least. My whole purpose in going on Dr. Phil, it wasn't not necessarily just a bigger audience, it was a different audience. So when I go live every day, I'm going live to my people like me, like gay, trans, black, a subculture. I'm going live to my people. Me going on that show, a show like Dr. Phil, their demographic is families, like white families of people tune.
Well, that was such a long conversation. That part that you saw was literally Tamar and I asking why JB wanted to go on there. Was it to further the advancement of her community and their message and really reaching a demographic that may not necessarily be exposed? I thought it was a really good conversation. And I know she really appreciated your comments, my comments. And what did you think about the conversation and how important it was that we were having it?
I loved it. And that's what I love so much about, our show on Vigo, because it's not just about mess. You also get to, relate to somebody and feel like, you are part of what's actually going on. And like, so many people feel, so much out of place and don't know where to go and don't know who to talk to. And, who would have known that on a Monday night, in the middle of a bunch of fun and laughter, where you really find yourself and also find someone who is going through the same thing you're going through, and also gain a sense of compassion. And I know that I learned something. I was reminded about something last night. Recently, I started to communicate with somebody who didn't serve me. I knew it was toxic, but I felt like I was addicted to being in their lives. And last night, I was just reminded that I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have boundaries, and it is okay to stick and abide by my own boundaries so I could be my best self. Because sometimes when continuously get involved in toxic relationships, whether it be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your ex-boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it is, it no longer serves you. And you start operating in the space of toxicity. And what comes out of that is nothing but toxic. You can't make chicken salad from chicken shit. So we need to stop that. And I was reminded last night that I need to cut that bullshit off and just and find my feet down and deserve better and be like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And I just thank God for that moment on Vigo last night, because I was reminded I too need to cut certain people off, and it is okay. And my boundaries are just that, mine. Period.
No, no, I loved it. I loved it. And I don't know if validation is the right word, but I do feel like when you said that, because you interview people for a living, I interview people for a living. When you're talking to somebody and you feel a connection, like you feel like there's a moment when you feel like you're connecting in an interview. I felt the connection happening. I felt Mother bringing JB's in to have a conversation with us. I heard you and I validating what you just said about not feeling like you have to be trapped in a relationship that no longer serves you in a healthy way. Super reinforcing how beautiful she was in our own way and in our own style of communication. It was a really good moment. I was glad that it happened. And for anybody and everybody watching, I mean, we had almost 6,000 people in their live watching, which is a lot, with more than we have even right here today, watching this live conversation happen in real time. And then, this morning we woke up, and this is the thing, Tamar, you're the biggest name up there, so of course you're the one that's gonna get all the hit. You can get hit. Tamar is not messy on the platform. Tamar ain't starting no problems, but she keeps getting attacked. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna mess around, and you saw what was the Medea movie where the woman ripped all the clothes out and all that? The Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Y'all gonna mess around and flip the tables. Y'all gonna get the tables shaking. This girl, JB's, who you just saw, her mother is Angela Stanton, who I didn't know followed Hollywood Unlocked until today, apparently. She said that. She's a Republican. She's just a whole situation. You have to go research who she is. I've never met her. We don't have the same views on anything, really. She's going to be on Dr. Phil with her daughter. She did this video today where primarily she was using it as an opportunity to go after Tamar. She mentioned my name, but she really was disrespectful to her daughter. She kept referring to her daughter, who's transitioning from a boy to a girl, as her son, and repeatedly was disrespectful. Let me show you a little bit of what she said. Excited to see it.
I mean, I am too.
Listen to this bitch.
I think that what you have done is extremely courageous, and I applaud you. And on the times you feel like you don't have support,
hold on. Bitch, how do you supporting my son walking around with his ass out on national TV, and he's supposed to be the representation of a black man? Huh? Where does the future for Logan lie? And now we see why his daddy got the fuck away from you, because your motherfucking mind ain't right. Excuse me, Mama King. Convict me, Lord.
That's a little bit of a long, senseless rant.
And inaccurate.
What'd you say?
And inaccurate. The part of that. Okay.
So what did you think about did you see the whole video?
No, listen, I am not going to fill my space with that kind of negativity. There's absolutely nothing that I'm going to get from watching that, like I just laughed at it, there is just no way I am going to feel my positive onward, outward, vibe on somebody who is like vibrating off of that kind of low frequency. I don't even have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of healing that needs to, happen. And it's not for me to say that somebody's mother. I'm not going to be disrespectful towards her, but I'm praying for her and the things that she doesn't know about and also the things that she doesn't understand. And so, that's all I have to say about that.
How do you think last night's conversation that I thought was so empowering to a community that's not really validated at a time where the conversation is the biggest conversation? I mean, Zaya Wade is talking to Michelle Obama about it. And the conversation we had last night literally was you are wrapping your arms around this girl, me trying to wrap my arms around her, and everybody in the comments living for it. How do you think such a positive, powerful moment could be twisted in a way like this?
Okay, so here was the issue, Jason. And this is why I can't really answer the question because you can't rationale with irrational people. And that's that on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit here like, oh, I think that she did it, or I just think, no, 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 no. This is another person's journey and what they're going through and their experience. And guess what? I still stand by what I said. I think that she's courageous. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing that has ever worked for me in my life is being myself. And it took a while for me to be comfortable with myself. And I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm heterosexual. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I can't imagine how difficult it would be for somebody in that situation to want to be themselves and say, look, yo, this is me, accept me for who I am or not. You know what I'm saying? So, how dare she, me, or anyone else stop somebody from living their best life? Period. And that's all I have to say about that. I still stand by what I say. She's courageous. Kudos to her. And I hope there's more people who are going to support her than down her. I hope there's more people who come out and be healed by her story. I hope there's more people who come out and live their best life and live by their true selves, other than live a lie, fall into depression, add more mental health, to their situation, commit suicide, or
Or commit
anything.
suicide?
Yes, anything negative like that. I hope there are more people who are healed and that are helped by her story than people that are angry and upset and can't deal with somebody's truth. First of all, it's not your business. That part.
Yeah, and for
That's it.
JB's, after seeing the video of her mother today, I'm definitely interviewing her on my podcast tomorrow because I do think the conversation needs to keep happening. I love the fact that somebody like you publicly supporting her last night and even tonight, I think means a lot, not just to JB's, but to the other trans girls who are out there struggling with the same thing. Like the conversation is much bigger than a Bigo chat. It's a bigger situation. And I appreciate that. When you talk about your own confidence, which I was really found interesting to find out recently when I was on your show, you showed off your natural body on Instagram and said that you're working on that you're nurturally working on quote little bubble after wanting a flat butt for years. This
Yeah.
was the video that you posted.
Period.
And I think you look amazing. Have always thought you look amazing. When I was on your show, you were talking about, struggling with your own body issues or body,
Body
being
dysmorphia
body,
for years.
whatever. Yeah, which on the outside people wouldn't know that. I posted this on my Instagram recently, the other day when I was in
Yeah, I
Colombia, and
saw
I
that.
said that there's been a big conversation about my weight, and I used to wear a lot of baggy clothes. I think I told you that I figured out how to hide stuff, but I'm happy with my weight, skinny, thick, whatever. Like I'm happy where I am right now. Why? How does it that we didn't know you were struggling with body dysmorphia? You just hit
Well,
it?
I did, almost like, the baggy clothes syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like I had on a cape full of bullshit. You know what I mean? It was either jewelry, it was a purse, it was shoes, it was a weave or a wig that was, 10 pounds. It was something that I was always having to put on to cover up my true self so that you wouldn't see it because I wasn't comfortable with it. But you know what, Jason? I done fucked around one day and fell in love with myself. And saggy booty, droopy booties, real titties, or whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like it is me. I have to accept me before others start to accept me and understand me and truly appreciate me. And so I knew that I couldn't get all of those things and all of those things that I've always ever wanted until I started to love myself. And that's that.
But what was that journey for you? Because my journey was a trip to Houston and a surgery, and then of course changing my diet. What was that journey for you? Because I think people think when you lose the weight or whatever that automatically you love yourself. You have to actively and consciously like fall back in love with yourself or fall in love with yourself. Not from a ego standpoint, but just you just have to learn how to look in the mirror and appreciate yourself. What was your process?
I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. It really did happen around last summer, when everything happened, when I went through, I feel like I'm going to call it my big transition, my big awakening, because that's exactly what it was. Like when I woke up, it was almost like I really woke up. And I realized, after everyone decided to leave, that I had no one. And I didn't even really have myself because I didn't know myself. I didn't like myself. And there were some things I definitely needed to change about myself in order, for people to love me. They couldn't love me because they were loving all of these exterior things that were not true. Everything was fake. And I started to love that fakeness, and I had to be stripped. God stripped me down in order for me to appreciate me, in order for me to love me, for who I was and what I was. And that is with a droopy booty, no money in the bank, no job, no man, just me and my baby. And I'm not even going to lie to you, not until I started to love myself, that everything in my life changed. My relationship changed with my child. My relationship changed with my friends. I got a new set of friends who appreciated me. And I didn't have the desire, to have and accumulate the fake ass things that I did before. Now it's really about real, true people in my life. Whether it's two or three people, they are real people. And guess what? I know those real people are always going to be there, whether I'm up or whether I'm down. But the only person that I can depend on to be there is I'm going to be there for me. And that's really what changed. People saw my energy towards me, and then that's when their energy towards me changed.
And honestly, I used to have tons of people in my life too. And then when you do get the two or three or that group of really small group, they fill you up so much you don't need nobody else. And you look at new people like, the bus is already full. And what I loved about your process too is you were very public with posting vulnerable, and even still today, posting vulnerable shit on your Insta story, of like, realizing that you were the problem. Like, who says that out loud for people to read? You know what I mean? And so, what made you decide? Was it the podcast under construction that made you decide to be so public with it, or was it just that's just the vibe that you were feeling at the time?
Was me,
Can't hear
because
the audio.
what about now? Can you hear me now? I'm sorry, my sister
I
keep
hear you now.
calling my
I hear you
phone.
now.
I don't
I
know
hear
what's
you. I hear you. I hear you now.
happening. Yeah,
I hear you.
the truth of the matter is the problem was me. I was a common denominator with everything. You know what I'm saying? And I had to look at myself and have hard conversations with myself along with my therapist. You understand what I'm saying? And like for me, it's like it doesn't matter what someone has done to me. the fact of the matter is how I chose to go about the situation, which made me the problem. Because if I'm always popping off when somebody goes at me, if I'm always having a response when I feel like somebody says something to me, I don't have to always respond. I don't have to always give you my energy. I ain't got to give you that. I can keep it moving. I can keep it light. I can keep it bright. I can walk on my high vibration and go home and kiss my baby. And hopefully one day fuck on a man. Praise God.
Well,
That
so
part.
the one that you're with in DC, that's over.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually celibate, to be honest. I'm not much fun these days, but in that area. But I do have a great conversation, and I can cook a good, plate of chicken. So there you have it.
Wait, so is celibacy for you now a choice? Is that like some type of spiritual cleansing, like trying to get all your chakras in, or like what is it? Why celibacy? Because that's like that's a lot.
Yeah, well, I just don't want nobody pumping and bumping on me. For what? I just don't feel like
I
that. Like,
mean,
what we
do
giving?
you ever?
Like, what?
But I mean, you're still in like the best part of your life. You got this new zen. You're happy. You're living in it. Why not get that, as Lorianne Gibson would say, that little zhuzh moment somewhere?
I
Because you
mean,
were
I
on
feel
the
like I've
islands.
had
Matter of
great
fact, I don't know.
connection. You tried it. Go ahead.
Hold on, I ain't tried it yet. Let me get it all the way out. You've been on some tropical boats. You've been fishing. I don't know what you've been all over. Okay, exactly. This is Tamar's thing when she don't want to go there, but somebody's been keeping a smile on your face somewhere.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't taking company. I just said I ain't let nobody pumping and bumping on me. That's what I said.
Okay, got it. Well, we'll still keep scouring your Instagram to be in your business. So your podcast that we talked about, Under Construction, I recently had the privilege of being able to be on it. She has a
Yeah.
podcast called Under Construction, which most of you are listening to. If you haven't, you need to. Here's a snippet of our conversation because it got real, because she flipped the tables on me. I must have forgotten about me and started working through it psychologically. I started saying like, damn, I had been through all this trauma, and I was going out talking to people and they were like, I can't believe you've been through this. I can't believe you've been through that. And when I think about it, I looked at myself, I'm like, I'm carrying it all. Like I see it now. Now I can see it. And it was my podcast when Jennifer Lewis had come on the show and she said, have you ever gone in the mirror and just looked at yourself and said, I love you until you cried? And I'm thinking like, girl, ain't nobody got time to be looking at myself, talking to myself in the bathroom. And I tried it one day and I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. And that's when I started figuring like, okay, I got to do some work. I got to do some work. Well, everybody would say, oh man, I didn't even know you was that big back then. I'm like, proper lighting, angles, clothes.
You know what I'm saying? You figure it out.
Yeah.
No, I loved our conversation because it wasn't about the tea or this person or that person. It was, and there are very few conversations where people would ask me, how do you feel? How are you doing? How is life for you? When you decided to do this podcast, was it important to get to that? Because I love that there have been celebrities on your show, but it's really about like getting to the heart of issues with people, some famous, some not famous, but it's the issues. Was that like a conscious decision in designing the show?
Yeah, I feel like every other place you can get tea or you can get whatever somebody's promoting, or you can get, a backstory, you can get a good fun conversation. But how many times can you get a conversation where you can really take something from, or you can like elevate and feel good about yourself, feel good about your flaws and accept them, you know what I mean? And not feel judged and not feel like somebody always have to have something negative to say about the space that you're in that's not so positive. And, for me, I just wanted to create a safe place where people can hear and heal out loud, because it gotta be, at some point in your life where enough is just enough. It's not just about tea. It's not just about, hearing about somebody's struggles and judging them for it, and, further making them feel bad and making them, feel like they don't have an escape and they don't have a way out. That's what furthers the conversations of mental illness. And this is what makes people do, the reactive things that they do when it comes to mental illness. Where is the place that we go to heal? Where is the place that we go and learn something? Where is the place that we go and be like, dang it, I feel the same way. Oh my God, this is how that person got out of that. Well, maybe this is how I can get out of that situation too. So I just wanted to create a different platform where, we could all feel like one and the same. And that's that.
And when you go through stuff, God lets you come out on the other side so you can share your story so other people who are going through it can get their own compass and get through. And I love the fact that you've been so vulnerable, and that's why it's so successful. Now, let me ask you, would you ever have, what I would love, what I would love to see on your podcast?
What? Here we go.
A conversation with you and Vince on co-parenting. Okay, just a suggestion. I mean,
okay, listen. Okay, so listen.
I love how your face was under construction. Let me tell you something. You know how when like you be ready to read somebody, but you catch yourself because maybe a camera's on. Your face right now when you play it back was so perfect. But no, I love this show. I love the episode with you and Taraji. I love my episode, of course. You're so good at what you do. I know you've been nominated for 5 Emmys. And I know Michelle Obama loves you more than everybody else over at The Real. I want to meet Michelle Obama. You're my hero, and I still want to figure out how we could work together, even outside of Bigo, because like, I don't know. I just think we got to do something. We got to do something big,
Well, that's definitely going to come because big things are coming your way. I can feel it. I told you that from the day that I met you, and look how God has blessed you. He loves you so much, and so do I. How about that?
No, I appreciate that. Look, this next segment is we gag with the fans. It's gagging with Jason. It's here we go.
Okay.
So
Lord.
you guys can call in. No, you'll love it. You can call in. It's 1402 gagging 1402-424-4464 or jump on the video chat. But make sure if you're coming through on the video chat, enable your echo cancellation because ain't nobody trying to hear your kids in the background. And if you're calling, please pay attention on the phone, not the stream, because you may miss your chance to talk to Tamar. I'm not gonna keep her here that long, but I'm gonna. I'm thankful that she's gonna allow us to talk to some of y'all. Okay, so we're using StreamYard, so I'm gonna figure this out. Now this is Andrea. Andrea, where are you at? Are you getting your blunt? Okay, there you are. How do I unmute your mic? Can you unmute your mic?
I did. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, Andrea. Let's get
Oh my
into
God.
it.
I'm fanning out right now. I can't even lie.
Oh, it's all good. How you doing, Andrea?
I am so good. You are like my Pisces sister. Like
Yay!
for real. So basically, I loved everything about the show, Jason. I'm just gonna kind of talk about what y'all just got through talking about kind of about you loving yourself. So, I went through some things back in the day. I lost 2 kids in 11 months.
Oh no.
Literally. One was 4 months old by the father, and then 11 months later it was twins, and one passed away from SIDS. So when you talk about like people loving themselves, like it's a struggle every day to kind of get through that, and that's been a while now, but I still have 4 boys at the same time. So I love the fact that you came on here, and I've watched your journey, all the things that you've been through, even like the hard times that you recently went through, and even with Jason. People doubt him or doubted him, still probably doubt him, which they do. But I just love to see how far that you've come. I love to see the fact that you are still, you know, focusing on loving yourself. And little baby Logan, he's super cute. He's little mini Vince. He's just a cutie pie. He's a cutie pie, but that's all I'm gonna just leave it at that because I love what y'all talked about, and it was amazing. And Jason, like, this is when you came back with somebody to come into the studio and have a conversation with. I'm glad that you started off with Tamar because this was amazing. So I love both of y'all. I just yeah.
Thank you.
Andre, don't go to work because I know you got a messy recap of the rest of the show. So just stay right there.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Don't go nowhere. Okay. What's up, Jameer?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, Jason. What's up, Tamar? How y'all doing?
What's happening?
Yeah, I
Good.
got
How
a
are
question
you?
for you, T.
Part of our Jameer's a part of our Gag Nation family on Bigo. He's gonna be the Gag Nation underwear model once we launch our underwear products. He's
Yes.
volunteered. That's his thing. Whatever. Go ahead, Jameer.
Thanks. I got a question for you, Tamar. So, throughout your music career, you've been a Grammy-nominated artist. However, you've won BET and Soul Train awards. Why do you think artists seeks validation from Grammy awards as opposed to appreciating the BET and Soul Train awards? And do you think that you need to win the Grammy in your music career?
Well, I can't really speak for other artists, but for me, my BET Awards and Soul Train Awards has meant just as much as my Grammy nominations. Of course, I wanted at that time wanted to win the Grammy, but being acknowledged and having your name brought up in a room that thousands of other artists name who are never talked about in that room, and just having that opportunity for your peers to vote for you is amazing. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I don't know. I really honestly appreciated my Grammy nominations. I do feel like one day I'm going to win, several. I do feel like, when it's my time, I'm going to. But at the end of the day, I thank God for just the conversations in the room. So many artists don't make it to the room. And you got to be grateful for the little things before God blesses you with the big things. So if you're around here
Thanks.
murmuring and complaining about, I ain't get this, I don't have that, you will never see the things that you want to see because you don't appreciate your struggle. The blessing comes and the lesson comes in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you get things, too fast, and you get things, right away, you don't appreciate it. You feel like you deserve those things, right? You don't feel like you need to work hard for those things, right? You start to treat people a certain kind of way because you have those things already. No, sometimes you have to go through the trenches to get to the top. And I appreciate that because I feel like I'm gonna, get the things that I've always wanted. So that's how I feel
Well,
about it.
well, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Everybody,
appreciate it.
all right, Jameer, everybody's saying she can sing. She can sing. Um, okay, now this is Weedy Poo. Weedy's usually high on the show. I'm hoping she's not high
Yes,
today.
Bonnet.
Weedy, are you high?
No, not today. But I want to stop, don't do that. I just wanted to say to Tamar and you, Jason, that I come on the show every week to see you, Jason, because you cheer me up for the whole week. And Tamar, I am so glad that you felt better and you got yourself together and everything. And Jason, you're my heart. You're my heart. So I'm not gonna stay on today because I'm crying. So I just want to know. I just want to let you know that I love you both. Okay.
Thank
Weedy
you.
Poo, I love you. I get happy seeing Weedy Poo, and the people love Weedy Poo too because not just because she be high, but because when somebody radiates gratitude, you feel that energy. I'm an energy
Yeah.
person, like, and when you're working on yourself and you're working on loving yourself, you really do become more open to good energy and good vibes. And Weedy Poo, you always bring that to the show. And that's why we all love you here. I know I still got to get you the gagging bonnet. And by the way, Weedy Poo, we designed a smoker's package just for the people who smoke. So I'm gonna have to send you that too. But we love you over here.
Yes, thank you. I love you so much. And Tamar, you you're my new best friend. So,
Oh, thank you.
so
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna talk to y'all later. I'll get off the thing. See you
Okay, go get
later.
your
Don't
blunt.
leave, Weedy Poo.
Okay.
Stay here. Don't leave. Don't leave. Listen, I love the people on the show. Speaking of one of our weed heads, this Amber Lynn. If she ain't smoking a joint, she's smoking a black and wild. We love Amber Lynn. Amber Lynn, did you have a question?
Hi. I just
Hey,
wanted to
Lynn.
say, I wanted to say, Tamar, you are very inspirational. And the only question I have for you is, would you be willing to do like a daytime talk show? Like, because I feel like you really have a message that you need to get out there. I would love for you to keep singing. Absolutely. We love your music. Okay. Don't stop that. But you're just way too inspirational. Like, I think that you're good on Bigo. I love you on Bigo. Stay on Bigo, but a daytime talk show, I would love to tune in.
Thank you. I don't know. Daytime talk show is like, my heart. You know what I mean? I really, really love it. So you never know. I don't, I would love to. I just don't know.
I think
Okay,
that
great.
Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest are great, but I think Waking Up to Me and Tamar would be better. And
Period.
I hope somebody listening, Sally, is this Sally Ann who we got to talk to? Get it together. Yeah, Amberlynn, I'll be right back. All right, look, let's take a phone call really quick for Tamar, and I'm gonna let her get out of here because I don't want to keep her too long. Do we have a phone call in the studio? Here's the staff at my house. Is there? Okay, hello.
Hello, is this Jason and Tamar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, hi Tamar. Oh my God. Okay, my name is Wanda. I have been a show of gagging forever, and usually when I call in, Jason, you don't hear me. Like you're like your phone's messed up or something's wrong. But tonight,
Yeah,
I'm
but now that
so
Tamar's here,
say hello.
you fix your raggedy ass phone. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, it was for
I have
Tamar.
fixed it, Jason. Hey, I fixed it since I came back from Miami. I just wanted to say that, okay? I
Okay.
got that done. But I just want to say, Tamar, I love you. I literally watch everything you do, and just like everyone has said tonight, you are such. You one question
You
though.
see her?
Mm. So I went to see
Go ahead.
you at Candy Burris. It was in San Francisco. Candy Burris is Burris. I can't remember what it was called, but I bought tickets and I wanted to see you, and you were in
Yeah.
town, but you didn't see it. I was like, what happened?
Well, I'm just going to be honest. That was actually the same weekend that my niece passed. So she had passed like during the week, and we had started the show. And that show had started super duper late. And my kid was upset. I left home. I was supposed to take the last flight coming back to LA. And, just having all of those emotions, I didn't want to disappoint him. And
Mm.
so because the show started so late, I was super emotional. I didn't feel like I could give an amazing performance. Matter of fact, I didn't have anything to give to anybody. I had nothing to give to myself. So I needed to take my behind home and get my emotions together.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
understood. Totally
Yeah. So that's what
understood, love.
happened.
Listen, oh, I'm even sorry to hear that. And now that you say that, I'm like, yeah. I follow you
Yeah.
so tough. I do remember that, and I don't know how I forgot that. So I'm sorry I even asked now, but
No,
I
it's all
so love
good. It's all good.
hearing your voice today. Like, oh, you stay inspiring me. So please keep doing it. And yes, get that talk show with Jason.
Yes, I love Jason. Let's go.
And listen, thank you for fixing your phone too, and thank you for calling. Let's take one more phone call, and then we're gonna let her go so we can get to the messiness that all y'all are waiting for.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Hi.
what's happening?
Oh my God. Hi, Tamar and Jason.
how are you?
Hey, boo.
I'm doing good. Jason, I actually talked to you like I think last year on IG, like on Instagram. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if you remember me because you've seen a lot of people, but Tamar, I just want to let you know. I don't really have a question. I just want to let you know, like you're one of my favorite singers, and I watched you since Braxton Family Values, and I always been one of your biggest fans, and I love your music. I love your personality. I just love you, period, as a human being. That's
Thank
all I
you.
wanted to say.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. That was nice.
That was sweet.
Tamar, I appreciate you for doing this. We haven't had a guest on the show in a while because we've been working out these two studios because I'm in New York, my team's in LA. We're trying to figure this out. And so after I wanted to make sure that we got somebody on here, but I definitely wanted you to be on here because the podcast, just what you're doing with Under Construction is dope. I don't know what we gonna do, but we gonna end up doing something. And I like talking to you. We
Me
interviewed you
too.
on the podcast. People were like, "This is the best interview. We love Tamar," and I'm like, I understand y'all want more Tamar. So thank you for coming on Gagging because the show is a little reckless. Can
So
be.
it's all good. Anytime, anytime. And I can handle the reckless. It's all good.
Well, I'll see y'all on Monday. This is the flyer for Bigo Unlocked. We are on Bigo, so if you don't have it downloaded, you need to follow me and Tamar. We're both on there, and the show Monday nights at 6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also make sure that you're checking out Under Construction. It's streaming everywhere. Thank you, Tamar.
Thank you, baby. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Stay
I'm
on
gonna text,
construction.
I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you when I'm done with this. All right, cool.